Hello everyone, Rose Hams here. Today I will be talking about the hamster that I fostered in August of 2019. His name was Omni, and he was born with a genetic condition called hydrocephalus. Firstly, many of you may be asking, what is hydrocephalus? Hydrocephalus, also known as water on the brain, is a genetic disease that affects many species of animals, including dogs, cats, rodents, and even humans. Of the 5 species of domestic hamsters, this condition is only found in Syrians. This condition is characterized by a buildup of excess cerebrospinal fluid in the brain, causing pressure to be placed on the skull. This disease often presents itself visually, and the signs are easily spotted if you know what to look for. These visual signs include a shortened snout, wide-set buggy eyes, small or non-existent teeth, and a small body size. Here are some examples of hamsters with hydrocephalus, lovingly cared for by the people on the hydrocephalic Syrian hamsters Facebook group. Though the visual signs of hydrocephalus can cause the hamsters affected by it to look quite cute, the symptoms are anything but. These symptoms include, but are not limited to, brittle, malformed, or non-existent teeth, eye problems such as increased risk of injury or blindness, and respiratory issues such as increased rate of infections, difficulty breathing, or frequent sneezing. In addition, this condition can cause neurological issues, creating difficulty with balance and coordination. The neurological issues can also trigger the development of more serious conditions, such as epilepsy or seizures. Hydrocephalic hamsters require frequent, regular visits to the vet because of their brittle teeth. The teeth still constantly grow in the same way that healthy hamsters do, but must be trimmed from time to time as the brittle texture prevents the hamster from chewing and wearing them down naturally. Because of the increased risk of health problems, this disease unfortunately comes with a shorter than average lifespan. Though the mutation that causes hydrocephalus in hamsters is relatively recent, and thus understudied in the scientific field, some may only live to be a few months old depending on the severity of their symptoms. For hamsters, the culprit behind this genetic disease is the bad breeding practices that are found in the rodent mills supplying large chain pet retailers. These operations focus not on the genetic quality and longevity of the animal, but on maximizing the quantity of animals that they are able to ship out. That is why I and many others are strongly against supporting these types of suppliers, and advocate for adoption or supporting a local ethical breeder instead. Now that you know a little bit about the disease itself, I'd like to tell you more about Omni. As some of you know, I work at a pet store. At the time, Omni was in the isolation room being treated for wet tail. However, I recognized the visual signs of hydrocephalus in Omni right away. Because of his special needs, I knew that Omni would not do well if he was kept at the store, as I cannot work full-time and the rest of my coworkers were not familiar with the care of hydrocephalic hamsters. Since one of my previous hamsters had recently passed away a few months prior, rest in peace, little meatball. I had an unoccupied cage in my room, so I had the time and space to make accommodations for Omni's care and decided to take him home for the rest of his treatment. Alright, here's Omni's setup. I get to bring him home tomorrow night, and I'm super excited! Once he was better, I would be able to find a home for him that had experience with special needs hamsters, and would be able to provide him with the lifetime care and veterinary expenses that he needs. Needless to say, he was very excited to explore this new space. Because of the way that hydrocephalus weakens the teeth, Omni had to be fed soft foods. While he stayed with me, the basis of his diet were crushed Power 5 pellets from PetSmart, mixed with steel-cut oats with water added to make a paste. Twice a day, he was also getting several types of baby food.
All beech nut brand. This one is the chicken and chicken broth, and as you can see, that is just the ingredients. I made sure to get very pure foods, no added flavorings or unnatural ingredients, just simple plain foods. He's also getting sweet potatoes, just apple and kale, and just spinach, zucchini, and peas.
These soft, wet foods not only suited his dental needs, but they also allowed him to stay hydrated, which was essential while he was suffering from diarrhea. For the wet tail, he was getting 0.1 mL of antibiotics, once in the morning and once at night. I preferred to mix his meds with baby food so that he would take them without fuss, but oral syringes may be administered by scruffing and emptying into the cheek pouches if needed. Because I mixed it with baby food, he actually became very eager for medicine time, which was absolutely adorable.
Are you hungry?
Under my care, Omni was improving rapidly.
Little Omni has been naughty. He's been scaling these walls. I haven't seen any more evidence of him getting where he's not supposed to, but I will keep my eye out, little sir.
During his treatment process, I was in contact with an amazing local ethical breeder, Cheeks and Squeaks Hamsters. Tony of Cheeks and Squeaks has had experience with hydrohams in the past, so I reached out to see if her and Aaron could find me a forever home for Omni once he was feeling better. I guess Tony thought he was just too cute to pass up, so she decided to keep him for herself.
Here's baby Omni's last dose.
Once Omni's poops were firm and his treatment was finished, Aaron picked him up from my house and whisked him away to his cushy, spoiled future life. Omni has been renamed to Wyatt. Nowadays, Wyatt is often seen munching on Grandma Lucy's dog treats and getting mountains of love from his new owners. He's gotten quite a bit bigger eating Cheeks and Squeaks' custom Wendell's Wonder Food, the recipe of which can be found through the link in the description. According to Cheeks, this supplemental soft diet recipe can be used for hamsters with a variety of different needs, including pregnant mothers, elderly hamsters, young hamsters who need to gain some extra grams, and of course, hydrohammies. I am incredibly thankful to Aaron and Tony at Cheeks and Squeaks for their advice, knowledge, and most importantly, their kindness. Thank you, Tony, for giving Wyatt the loving home he deserves, and thank you, Aaron, for helping me get in there. I hope that this video was informative and helpful to anyone wanting to learn more about genetic hydrocephalus and how it affects our beloved Syrian hamsters. If you suspect that you may have a hydroham in your care, or you have noticed one at a pet store or elsewhere, do not hesitate to post on the Hydrocephalic Syrian Hamsters Facebook page. You can find a very caring community there that will be able to help you identify if the hamster in question is affected by this genetic disease, and will then be able to advise you on what to do next. The link to that page will be in the description. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave a comment and I will answer if I can. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!